Wow.
okay.
No, I was going to say.
What? Like, you're about 2 minutes, I'm about a minute and a half.
Well, we live busy lives.
We're just getting things done.
We are.
The grind never stops.
We're about to go, though. All right.
We're on.
I think we're set.
We're here.
Great weekend. Hope you guys had a restful, relaxing weekend. Maybe had a little bit of fun as well. Speaking of fun, we had a pretty good time Saturday over at the Rapids Parish Coliseum.
We had a good time. We went to mini wrestling. It was the mini wrestling tour. And I can't believe Chica won.
Chica. Oh, gosh.
It was a blast, man. It was me, you, Greg, and some of Greg's friends and family. It was a lot of fun.
A friend of mine, Jordan Meisner, too. And I think I just laughed the whole night.
Oh, it was fun, man.
Especially sitting next to Greg. So as they were, how wrestlers have walkout music, when they started the event, the walkout music, they started first with the theme song for the Seven Dwarfs.
And then Oompa Loompa.
And then, for the Munchkins. So they completely leaned into it. And the ring announcer, his shirt, Midget Lives Matter. So
they had make some Midgets Great Again or something hats for sale. And then the whole opening act was America versus Mexico.
Yeah.
But it was the Mexican one who was for the USA. It was interesting. It was a fun night.
He looked like an LA guy.
Yeah. He was. What do they call those?
He had the wife beater and the
the Next Friday guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the knit hat. He's taking on the clown.
Yeah.
Now the clown character, I'll just be honest, didn't really look like a midget to me. It just looked like a person that was a little short. But Chica, the only female wrestler that I stands 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And she had to wrestle a guy. I'm guessing they didn't have another woman to wrestle her. But I mean, she's 3 feet tall. That's like your daughter's 3 feet tall.
My wife said she didn't want to look because she thought it was Sophia getting tossed around up there.
Kind of looked like her a little bit. So, her little shoes.
Yeah.
And then she ended up winning the Battle Royal.
It was great. And then Mini Kiss.
Yeah, Mini Kiss.
That was good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thanks to Greg, we had front row VIP seating. So when we were there ringside, and then when the concert started, we had to kind of move to the front row by the stage. And I'll tell you what, they were good.
That sounded legit.
They were so good.
I had to move back, though, because my eardrums were getting busted out. Because I was right in front of the speaker.
Right.
And I was like, I'm moving back. So
yeah, my ears were ringing when it was over, but it was fun. They did a good job. They even did a little Ozzy Osbourne tribute. That was cool.
Yeah.
They played a Motley Crue song.
I love Motley Crue.
It was just fun. And the thing about it is, I sent some pictures and video to my brother and sister. My brother said, he lives in California. He said, if they tried this in California, they'd shut it down in 2 minutes.
You think so?
I guess.
I don't know. You might be right about that, actually.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a good time.
That was it.
They're making money, and we're having fun.
It really was. It was just top-notch entertainment.
That was the most fun I've had in the Coliseum.
Really?
I've had some good fun time. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, again, thank you, Greg Walker. He's the best.
He is. I heard he has another one coming up, too.
Yeah, I think there's the local, is it United?
I hope I get invited. I want to watch more wrestling now.
Well, I'll tell you, when they had the Road to WrestleMania here last year, I guess that would have been in March-ish of 24. That was really good, too.
My brother went to the one a couple of years ago here, twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think WWE right now is kind of limiting their house shows. Ever since Triple H took over kind of running the show, he's trying to cut back on the amount of appearances the wrestlers have to make just to kind of help them stay a little healthier. The irony is they've actually seen a lot of injuries to some key figures these last few months. So I'm wondering, my theory is kind of like you're seeing in the NBA, a lot of players suffering injuries like Achilles tears. What you hear is that they don't practice hard anymore. They go soft on them, and they have this load management thing now. So whereas back in the old days, you toughed it out and you practiced hard and you played all 82 games. Yeah. So you wonder if even with something like wrestling, which is I get it's physically demanding, but also I wonder if you're not using those muscles to that same extent if that opens you up more to injury.
I mean, it's like a happy medium, right? Because you can't overexert yourself and get injured, but sometimes you get in your head more too, and you just do less and do less. And on a very small scale, when we do our little, CrossFit competitions, we'll all be like, oh, we're like 3 weeks out, so we can't really do anything. And I'm like, well, then I just start getting in my head, and not that that's important, but you can definitely do more harm than good.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no athletic training experience, so do what y'all want. I'm sure they know more than me.
Yeah. I mean, you look at like even Major League Baseball, what's changed to where the pitchers get hurt so much more now? Like I heard this morning that the Atlanta Braves, they made a trade yesterday for a pitcher because all 5 of their starters from the beginning of the season are on the injured list. All 5. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're seeing way more incidences of pitchers needing Tommy John surgery.
Is it true, or is that just sort of like perception? Like,
no, it is true.
Okay.
And they think a couple of factors. One, because they throw a lot harder these days.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're overthrowing.
I was about to say they're probably almost. I'm not saying they're more athletic. It's just we've learned how to be more athletic, I guess.
Yeah.
With technique.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wonder if that's part of it.
And then a lot of his spin rate that they talk about with the baseball. So does that put additional torque on the arm? I mean, it's hard to say because it's crazy. If you go back and look, I think there was a game in the 70s where Nolan Ryan, I want to say he pitched like 14 innings and threw over 200 pitches, and then he came back like 3 days later and pitched again. I mean, that guy just never got hurt. So I don't know. But again, and he threw hard. I mean, he was the first kind of 100-mile-an-hour guy. Well, actually, it might have been Ryan Duran, but Nolan Ryan was right up there. And he was always pretty healthy from what I remember. I don't remember him ever having that major surgery.
I mean, what makes you one of the great ones is that you're able to sustain yourself, right? It may not be like you're longevity. The best ever, just longevity, and you can keep up. You're tough.
Yeah, they're saying there may not be, again, like a 300-game winner in Major League Baseball because a lot of these pitchers now, they'll go 5, maybe 6 innings. Once they get to like that 100 mark, it's like, we got to take them out of the game.
No.
Back in the day, I mean, it was nothing for these guys to throw 150 pitches.
Oh, sure.
Again, they were maybe not throwing as hard. Paul Skeens is a prime example. I mean, they treat him with kid gloves, but he's so big that, I don't know. I feel like he could probably give more, do more, but as good as he is, he's only won 6 games this year because his team is so bad. But you go back to like the 70s, Steve Carlton had a year with the Phillies where he won 27 games, and I think the Phillies only won like 60 the whole year. So
wow.
He won almost half the game. That's kind of like what Skeens is doing this year, but they're saying he's the favorite for the Cy Young. He might not even win 10 games.
That's insane.
Yeah, which is crazy, but his other numbers are just so eye-popping.
I wonder if they should knock down some of the games, too. Less games a year.
Yeah, I think that would be hard to do in baseball, especially because everything in baseball relates to records.
That's true. That would be never mind. That was a stupid request.
No, it actually has been talked about, and if you go back, baseball used to be, I want to say up until 1960, they were 154 games.
Well, not much less.
And then they upped it to 162 games. See, when Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's season record of 60 home runs when he hit his 61st, the big controversy was the MLB put what they called an asterisk behind the record because it wasn't in the same amount of games.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is in one sense, but then, it kind of always hung over his head. But Roger Maris was an interesting guy. He was a guy that really didn't like the limelight, but kind of came to him, especially playing in New York, and then you beat Babe Ruth's record, and then they're like, but we're going to put an asterisk behind it.
Hey, if you wanted to complain, do it 151 games.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's okay.
Yeah. So there is a player right now. He's a catcher for the Mariners. He hit his 41st home run yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cal Raleigh. They call him the Big Dumper.
Are we halfway through yet?
Oh,
yeah, we are.
We are. They're just over 100 games. I think there are about 60 left.
So Maris still has that record? No, because McGuire did it.
And then Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
With-
73 is the record now.
Maybe with 2 asterisks on both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Asterisk the steroid.
Hey, that was a fun time. Let them do it.
But it's funny because Cal Raleigh, I don't know how he got the nickname the Big Dumper, but apparently one of the number one selling fan items in Seattle right now is a onesie for kids, for little babies, with
Oh,
the Big Dumper on it.
yeah. Oh, did you see, what's his name, Ishiro?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know who the Mariners were.
Yeah.
when I got sent there.
Yeah, he did his whole Hall of Fame speech yesterday in English. That was the first time he's really spoken a ton of. And they say that people have always said he's one of the funniest guys you can ever be around.
Really?
He showed a lot of that yesterday.
I think Mariners is one of the worst, looks and mascots in all of professional sports.
The Mariners.
It's just so bland.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't like the little trident that they
No,
have?
like the little navy, and I don't know. It's just very forgettable.
Yeah.
Seahawks too. I think Seahawks is dumb.
And then they lost their iconic team, the Sonics.
The only one good they have was the Supersonics
Now they're in Oklahoma City.
with the Space Needle logo.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
They were a great team. Won an NBA championship in the 70s.
Yeah. I don't know. I've heard that they might come back in some form.
They're talking about expanding.
If
Really?
Portland can do it, Seattle can do it.
I would think so.
Yeah. What was it, like an attendance issue?
I don't remember. Maybe if they wanted a new arena. That's probably what it was.
No. Well, you know what the coolest logo and name in all of sports is the new Seattle Kraken. That's actually the coolest one, and
The Kraken?
the Kraken is pretty cool.
Release the Kraken?
I mean, that
Is
just
that
writes
their,
itself.
Is that their soccer team?
No, that's the NHL.
Oh,
team.
NHL
The new
team.
one, the expansion team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you don't watch hockey too much.
Yeah.
I don't. I just know the Kraken.
The Kraken.
What was Salt Lake City's new team? What do they call them? They just got an expansion team too.
For hockey.
Dadgummit. Yeah. Salt Lake City.
Hopefully it's something that makes sense, not like the Utah Jazz.
Golly, that's the
Which
worst.
makes no sense.
It drives me nuts. The Pelicans should immediately change to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Fight for that
That
name.
was one of the best names. The New Orleans Jazz.
It was I just don't know why they would keep it. The Mammoth, Utah Mammoth.
The Utah Mammoth?
That's cool.
Because they find woolly mammoth fossils
Yeah.
in Utah?
Yep.
Huh.
It's pretty cool.
Well, since they do things like Seminoles and Indians, why don't they do the Utah Fighting Mormons?
Why not? They'd probably love that.
I
The Fighting Joseph Smiths.
mean, we probably should stop before we get in trouble.
I wasn't bad. I was just saying that's what
Yeah,
they probably like it.
it's the same principle, right?
Yeah, I know. I think Mammoth is cool. Let's keep Mammoth.
The mammoth is cool. That'll be a good one. You can have the Snuffleupagus as your logo. Isn't he a mammoth?
I think so. Something to that effect.
Elephant of some kind. All right. Well, we're going to get a little more serious when we come back and break down some of the news from the weekend. Take your phone calls as well at 442-8255 on the BOM Bank Talk Line as we continue with a Monday Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The record rally in U.S. stocks looks set to continue after President Donald Trump reached a trade deal with the European Union. That announcement comes as the U.S. races against an August 1st deadline to conclude trade deals with dozens of countries. Meanwhile, U.S. and Chinese officials meet today to extend their tariff truce beyond a mid-August deadline. Union Pacific is said to be closing in on a deal to acquire Norfolk Southern soon in what would be the largest ever merger in the rail industry. Sources tell Bloomberg that the deal is likely to include both cash and stock. The combination would merge Union Pacific's network across the western U.S. with Norfolk's East Coast routes. It would also heap pressure on rivals, including CSX and Berkshire Hathaway's BNSF, to pursue their own deals. And U.S. stocks notched 5 straight all-time highs last week. Friday's gains ranged from 0.25% to around 0.5%. Once again, the futures are higher this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Talk back. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. All right.
right, we are back here on the BOM Bank Talk Line 442-8255 as we continue here on our Monday Talk Back. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell. Glad you folks could be with us, and certainly we would love to have you give us a call today. All right, let's break down some of the news of the weekend, and I guess let's start with a story that you had, Stephen, that you kind of broke yesterday, and that being the news of one of our police jurors. So go ahead and...
Yeah, so we got word that police juror for District G, Sean McLaughlin, 5 of his employees for his private business, SLM Lawn Maintenance, were detained by federal authorities in Alexandria on Friday. I called him. He confirmed that all 5 of his employees were detained as they were cutting grass at the Texas Roadhouse on MacArthur. He said that he's currently in the process of getting them back here with visas to work in the U.S. He says once they were detained, they all voluntarily agreed to be deported instead of trying to fight it. So they were being sent back to their home country. It happened Friday at around 6:30 in the morning. I did reach out to Texas Roadhouse because McLaughlin said that they also worked for the restaurant. Representatives with Texas Roadhouse got back to me. They said that they did have 5 people detained on their property with a third-party company, and that 3 of those that were detained were former employees of Texas Roadhouse. I asked them some more questions to get some follow-ups on that. No word as to what their status was. And then McLaughlin sent me a statement that you can read on my Facebook page that he sent to his customers as well. So that one generating a lot of reaction online. So,
yeah, I'm looking at your article, 469 comments.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's some things on there like, why are you coming after him? Or I like Sean. I think he's a nice guy. I've worked with him for a long time. It's just when something happens, I literally have to report the news,
right,
especially if you're an elected official,
Well, that's just it. I mean, the reality is when you seek public office or you enter into any kind of a public office worker situation, you really, in a lot of ways, are putting your life out there. And something like this, I mean, maybe the intentions weren't the worst. Maybe, and I know he said that one of the guys worked for him for like 14 years and was like family to him. And that's understandable. I get the emotion or the sentiment there, but the reality is these are people that were not in the country legally. And when any business hires people who are in the country illegally, and we can make the argument, and I get it, you can't find enough good workers among Americans, and that's a whole other topic. The amount of money we pay people to be lazy and not work, makes me mad too, trust me. But two wrongs don't make a right, as they say.
Yeah.
And here's a situation where you're utilizing people that are not here legally. They may be the best people, the best workers in the world, but that doesn't make it right. And if you're in a public eye like this and you're an elected official who's saying that, I mean, there are ethical responsibilities that come with that, and people expect you to follow the law and be above reproach. So when it comes out, I mean, that's kind of on you, speaking of the official.
Yeah.
And as a reporter, when you get the information that this has happened, you owe it to the community. That's your responsibility to do your diligence, to find out. You call him, you find out, you confirm it, run the story. You're not trying to destroy his career.
No,
You're not trying.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And this is like, sometimes people think reporters like these gotcha moments. I mean, it wasn't a gotcha. Like I reached out to him. He confirmed it. He was open, and he did. Mm-hmm. He's always been a straight shooter with me.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy those things. It doesn't make me happy whatsoever. I just have to do my job. That's what I'm hired to do.
Yeah.
And it's a responsibility. Mm-hmm. Not to make this about me. I don't want to do that.
Right. It's
just for some of the comments on there. That's just, I don't like gotcha moments. I don't like coming after people for the sake of coming after them. I don't like sensationalism. You're an elected official. I have to report news like that.
For sure. And of course, some of the comments are going to be, kind of looking at it in the worst possible ways and things like that. But I mean, I guess what I took away from the comments is that people really are not cool with people being in the country illegally and then getting jobs that other Americans theoretically could get. And maybe some of the issue, and I'm not saying this was the case with him, but I think it is happening around the country where people that are here illegally are getting hired for jobs where they get paid less than maybe an American worker would get paid.
He did tell me that he paid them over double minimum wage.
Yeah. I mean, they probably are great workers.
Yeah.
And I know he said that he's trying to work with officials to try to get them visas, work visas.
Yeah.
Great. Probably should have been done before, if that's the case.
Yeah. And it's one of those things like we're going to see more of. But when you're an elected politician, you answer those questions and you're under a little bit more scrutiny.
Right.
You know?
Oh,
and the Texas Roadhouse, too. I mean, we reached out to them because they were involved with the employees. So we'll see what they say.
And I'm pretty confident in saying this. There are probably many, many businesses around this state that are utilizing people that are here illegally. And a friend of mine said that's probably the way that it needs to be more gone after in terms of ICE and the government, is go after the business owners. If you want to really shut it down, make it a higher penalty or whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a complex issue for sure. And I do have sympathy for people that have come to this country. They're coming from some literal hellholes, just looking for a better life, looking for work opportunities, looking to make money that they can send back to their families. I get that. And every time you see the national news cover immigration stories, like during the Biden years, they would always find that family of four with a mom and dad just trying to, but they never got like the, thousands of military age men that were crossing over by themselves or as a group. I never heard from them. You know what I'm saying?
It's a complex issue.
Yeah. But if we do seriously have a problem with getting quality workers to do some of the manual labor jobs, well, first of all, it tells you we have a societal problem in America with people that should be willing to work that simply aren't. But secondly, then we need to have a better, at least temporary visa status for people that are coming here to work, and then a little more efficient way for people to actually gain citizenship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give my opinion too much on it, but there are a number of visas you can get. And I'm sure he'll be working towards that.
Right.
But like I said, if there's any updates on the story, I'll definitely post it on that post. Update the post.
Yeah. So again, 442-8255, if you folks have any thoughts on this. I mean, what are your expectations for our public officials? It does seem that from time to time here in the state of Louisiana, we get stories where you kind of think, man.
And there's still a lot of questions, and this is something that is very hard to get with federal authorities, like what their status was. I mean, there could be, each one could have something completely different, a different circumstance. Did they lose the status? Was it, bad paperwork? We just don't know. It's very complicated.
True. So I'm sure there will be more coming out. All right, we'll take a break, and more talk back coming up.
KSYL.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, if that's the case, consider the Walker Law Firm flattered. Hi, I'm Greg Walker. Our free estate planning workshops have been helping people of Central Louisiana for years, and we're honored that other firms are now jumping on the bandwagon. The reason for this is simple. Estate planning and asset protection works. To learn more, join me Wednesday mornings at 8:30 for Talk Back on Estate Planning on KSYL Radio 970.
Well, let's take a look at my husband Tom's favorite shirt. This is a ketchup stain. We got soy sauce over here, mustard here, Tabasco, chocolate syrup. I'm not worried. I'll just take it to Craig.
At Craig's Cleaners, tough stains are no problem. Finicky, hard, clean fabrics are no problem either.
Wow, honey, great job on my shirt. Now, what's for supper?
Just dependable, professional dry cleaning. Craig's Cleaners, 1746 Elliott Street, 1305 Metro Drive, or Highway 28 East at the Pineville Expressway.
Now back to Talkback. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we are back. Alan Stephen with you. Again, 442-8255. So the race for U.S. Senate next year in Louisiana has gotten another candidate. Bill Cassidy will be running for re-election next year. He's made that pretty clear. Is far and above everyone else in terms of fundraising at this point. But over the weekend, we heard the news that one of the public service commissioners based out of the New Orleans area, Eric Skrmetta, has joined the race. And if you hadn't heard of Eric Skrmetta before, maybe you're not alone. That might be one of the issues, is name recognition.
I know who he is.
Yeah,
I used to
too.
cover. Yeah, but yeah, I think from a statewide perspective, probably not.
Yeah. And even Bernie Pincinat, the pollster, says that Skrmetta wouldn't influence a statewide poll at this point. But if he wants to put up that kind of money or raise that kind of money, he'll be a viable candidate. It sadly does come down to money a lot of times. So now you already have in this race, of course, Cassidy, Skrmetta now. John Fleming had previously announced Blake Miguez, and then Sammy Wyatt. I noticed Louisiana Radio Network story didn't have Wyatt in there. I'm not really sure why. So it seems likely that, and we may get more people that jump in that race, but probably you'll see Cassidy make a runoff against somebody. The question is going to be, who's the other guy?
You think Cassidy will make the runoff? You think that's a foregone conclusion?
I don't know. I mean, that's what Pincinat says.
Could be.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I've heard of Skrmetta many times, very conservative on the Public Service Commission. What was he before that? I can't remember. Was he like a law legislator?
I want to say, I know I'd heard his name before that. So, according to the LRN article, it says a recent poll by JMC Analytics commissioned by the Fleming campaign showed Fleming leading Cassidy handily in a head-to-head matchup, and has Cassidy leading in a crowded field, albeit with only 30% support, very low for an incumbent. Campaign finance numbers show Cassidy torching the field with $9 million compared to $2.1 million for Fleming and $1.7 million for Miguez. And I know that, I want to say, Miguez, I'd heard that had loaned himself money for his campaign. Fleming may have as well, but that's a lot of money for Cassidy.
Yeah, it is.
And that's sometimes the advantage of being an incumbent. Sure. Although quite unpopular because of his votes to convict President Trump after the impeachment.
Yep.
Let's go to the phones this morning. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Is it me?
Yes, sir. It is you.
My thoughts on the local politician hiring the illegals.
Yes, sir.
Is that, when are these guys going to realize that they have to be, what's the word that everybody, transparent?
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be transparent. They're going to be looked at under a microscope. He's just unfortunate that it came from a different angle with ICE. That's another thing. If you got illegals and you know it, they're coming for you.
Especially right now. I mean, ICE is making no illusions that they are going after people that are here in the country that shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
So
I don't know what the penalties are. I'm sure there are some, but really and truly, is it just politics as usual in Louisiana? That's a hard pill to swallow, but this has been going on since Huey Long was, forever.
Yeah.
Forever. So that's my thoughts. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, certainly appreciate it. As a state, we don't have the most sterling reputation when it comes to integrity of our elected folks. I think that's a fair comment through the years. And speaking of which, I was listening to the Moon Show on Friday. I think it might have been a recorded show because I think he's on vacation. But speaking of Bernie Pincinat, he was on, and he was talking about his recent polling, what it's showing regarding this legislative session. And basically what Bernie said is people are mad.
Oh, yeah.
They are mad. And he straight out called out the Senate and said that they're cowards for not taking up any controversial bills and basically watering down completely the need for auto insurance reform.
Yeah.
They were talking about the number one campaign issue that a lot of these guys got elected on was reforming auto insurance. And then when they got elected, the first special session they held was on criminal justice reform, which really wasn't what people were clamoring for.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So it was.
You have a super majority.
Yeah.
Come on.
He said that this legislature is hugely unpopular right now.
I hear Moon going on about the Cleo Field stuff too.
Oh,
he
yeah.
wants a special session to
to
redraw that district for whenever the courts finish up what they're doing.
Yeah, and he talks about how a lot of the people that voted for that say that's the biggest mistake. They regret voting for it. Yet no one's like saying we need to fix this.
And it's a very complicated issue too, but I mean they were court ordered to redraw it.
They were by a liberal judge.
I know, but they still have to, right?
Well, they could have said no, you'd redraw it, and then just challenge it in court.
Yeah, I guess there's other ways.
What they gave us, there's no way that stands up constitutionally, in my opinion. That is the epitome. That is if you looked up gerrymandering in the dictionary, they could put a picture of the new district that we're in, the 6th district.
But it's confusing because they're like, because of the Civil Rights Act, you're ordered to redraw this map to have a second majority district. And then they do it the only way they think they can. And then they're like, well, we're going to sue that it's drawn just solely over racial lines. But they said because of the Civil Rights Act. It's confusing.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a weird episode of a show, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And don't undersell the fact that there was probably some political payback to Garrett Graves and all of this.
I think that's why he was the sacrificial lamb in this one. Yeah, not somebody else.
Right. All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hey, with a 16-year-old, I'm with everybody else who has a increase on their car insurance.
Yeah. And property insurance. We just got our property insurance bill. It went up again too. My wife found some old paperwork from a few years ago, and we were paying like $100 a month in property insurance, and now we're well over $200.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow! Oh,
that's pretty hefty, man.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Hey, I was speaking to my daughter, I was showing her that ESPN documentary about OJ. You had like all those sporting events happen the same day. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm. No.
June 17th, 1994. Oh, go watch. It's really good. And I was asking her like what all, like some events, like they learned about OJ and some of the other stuff. And they said they don't in school. So.
They don't teach them about OJ in school?
No.
Well, imagine that.
How was sad.
Well, that's what a good parent is for.
I know. It's very sad. I had to make her watch ESPN stuff.
That's it.
I told her, I said, hey, if my younger one, I said, if y'all talk about OJ, just tell your teacher, hey, yeah, the juice is loose.
The juice is loose. Okay.
Remember that?
Just have her watch old Norm Macdonald SNL monologue jokes. All right, thanks. Let's go to another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Yeah, I caught your interview with the biofuel people on Facebook, person. And if I had known that it was going to be on, I would have been listening, and I probably would have called in. And one of the questions I would have asked the gentleman is, well, what happens if your freshwater resource that comes from Castor Plunge is contaminated by the sequestered carbon dioxide? And I suspect that he would have probably been unable to respond.
Well, I would think we'll have some of their officials on again, and next time we do, hopefully you'll be listening and can call and ask that.
Yeah, we'll have them on again.
Or perhaps you two can remember that question. But another thing, do you two guys know what mulch and compost are?
Sure.
Well, these people look at the, in quotes, waste from forest harvesting as waste. And they want to convert it to biofuel. Well, okay, you take that away from the forest and what happens to the mulching effect and the composting effect of that material that wasn't harvested and taken away.
Hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Well, will that mean that the amount of organic matter in the soil will decline to therefore impact the further forest growth? Will the amount of nutrients available decline, requiring the application of fertilizer?
Good questions to ask. I don't know the answer.
Well, I'm not sure I know the answer, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be an impact. You can bet that when the longleaf pine forests in this area were basically decimated, there was a considerable amount of material left, which then assisted in regenerating the forests that we now have. I mean, they're not monumental, gigantic pine trees forever and ever,
right?
But we do have forests that now cover the ground. My father's first job as a geologist when he left state employment in 1946 was a dry hole that was drilled west of Pitkin. And he said that when he got there, there was absolutely nothing but stumps. And when I started dating my wife, who is from Pitkin, the whole area was covered with trees.
Wow.
So things to ponder when people start thinking about whether or not biosequestration is a benefit.
A lot of different facets to this argument, for sure.
By the way, I saw the note that Mr. Maxwell had out about the police juror and his work crew.
Right.
I wonder how many situations like that exist.
Yeah, when we were discussing it a few minutes ago, that's what I said. I mean, I hardly think he's alone in terms of people that are employing people here illegally. I think it's probably a pretty large issue, and that may be the way for ICE to go about it, or the government to go about it more, are the people that are hiring people. So,
well, of course, he'll probably plead, "Oh, poor me," and get reelected. But it just points to the fact that our population is declining. The regeneration of new, younger people is declining.
That's true.
And the Democrats basically said, "Oh, well, we're just going to let all these people in.
Yeah.
Then after everything gets sorted out, we'll have more people."
Yeah.
And that's plus the voting situation. If they can't get them to vote, at least they get them to live in areas which we define.
Don't mean to cut you off. I got to take this break. Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Close your eyes and feel the sun-drenched breeze of southern Spain. From whitewashed villages to golden beaches, this is where history meets passion. Moorish palaces, flamenco night, and unforgettable tapas. This small group, escorted by Amy and Christine in March 2026, will visit Seville, Cordoba, Granada, Marbella, and more. Join our spectacular Spain tour, beaming with culturally rich and local experiences. FreedomTravelLLC.com, your international travel architect.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we can get this call in about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I'll be quick. There's got to be some separation between SunGas Renewables and the carbon capture semi. SunGas Renewables is a company who'll be taking pine wood that is already hauled around this state all over. They'll be converting that into carbon, and then that will be pushed into a pipeline to the semi hub, who will be mostly taking, the Haynesville Shell CO2. So SunGas is not pumping carbon up the ground. They're not taking anybody's land. We've got to separate these folks out there in the industry that's going to support the local community. Support a lot of the folks who are against it, who have 40 acres
necessarily
in their tracks.
You got to go down the line if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to call back.
AM 970, KSYO, and KRRV 100.3 HD3, Alexandria. It's 8 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Trump says he's ready to get tougher on Russia over the war in Ukraine and a deadline for a ceasefire.
I'm going to reduce that 50 days that I gave him to a lesser number because I think I already know the answer what's going to happen.
He spoke from Scotland this morning.
We thought we had that settled numerous times, and then President Putin goes out and starts launching rockets into some city like Kiev and kills a lot of people in a nursing home or whatever.
The president announced an agreement with the European Union for 15% tariffs on EU goods imported to the U.S. Today, he's hosting British Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his 2 golf clubs in Scotland. Israel says it'll pause fighting in Gaza daily so trucks can deliver food and other aid amid outrage over the hunger crisis. Correspondent Elizabeth Palmer.
Israel, Jordan, and the UAE all parachuted pallets of humanitarian aid into the ruins of Gaza, but just a fraction of what's needed. Even though the military says it will pause the fighting in heavily populated areas during the day now, still, there are reports of people being shot trying to get food.
Police in Arkansas are looking for a suspect after a husband and wife were killed while they were hiking at Devil's Den State Park in Washington County. This woman saw the commotion.
We're from Texas, so we came in for the weekend, and we came up here, and there were cop cars all around there, and we were a little concerned, and they said that they couldn't say anything, but that everything was closed for an emergency.
Police say the couple's 2 daughters, aged 7 and 9, were not hurt. Officials say the family had recently moved to Prairie Grove from another state. New manhunts underway in Louisiana after a 30-year-old inmate walked out of jail with permission from the same lockup where 10 prisoners broke out in May. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Houston.
The error stemmed from a clerical misidentification, where he was confused with another individual sharing a similar last name.
Khalil Bryan has an active warrant for aggravated assault with a weapon and a criminal history related to burglary, assault, and drug violations. One of those 10 men who escaped in May is still missing. An unrelenting heat wave is dragging on.
Tampa hit 100 degrees for the first time in its history.
Meteorologist Craig Allen.
In terms of the population, we are talking about nearly 200 million people under some type of heat alert right through today, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And in fact, this heat could last through the entire week down across the southeast states.
2 hikers in Arizona had to be rescued over the weekend when the temperature there hit 107. Dow futures are up 39. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Sean Burns. 9 Southeast Louisiana parishes were approved to receive $17 million in hazard mitigation funding. Here's Case Kieschnick.
Funds will go to the parishes most affected by Hurricane Francine. GOSEP Assistant Director Sandra Gaspard says the money isn't for rebuilding damage. It's for
mitigation measures to protect life and property against damage from future disasters.
The allocated relief isn't a blank check. Parishes will submit applications to GOSEP for hazard mitigation projects to be approved by FEMA.
As they implement their projects, they can submit reimbursement requests to GOSEP, and then we'll reimburse them based on their eligible expenses.
I'm Case Kieschnick.
President Trump excludes 25 chemical manufacturers, including 12 in Louisiana, from federal emissions rules. But Vanetta Hayes with the Air Planning Division of the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality says those exemptions are not permanent.
It's a 2-year delay of implementing the rules for the facilities that were approved.
LRN.
The clinics welcome Dr. Noah Miller, family medicine physician, to our team. Dr. Miller from Vadrine, Louisiana, is now accepting new patients. Call today to schedule your appointment. The clinics offers a wide range of services, including primary care, family and chronic care, urgent and acute care with on-site lab and x-ray. Same-day appointments are available, and we accept most insurance and Medicare. Experience exceptional care at the clinics, 1587 North Bolton. Call 445-9823 or look us up online at theclinics.us.
Come on, friends, get ready for a hot one today. Good morning, mainly sunny skies today. Very hot, very humid. Afternoon high temperatures near 98 degrees. That heat index probably as high as 107 to 110 today. Only a very slight chance of any rain. Tonight, clear skies down to 75. And then tomorrow, warmer yet, as we'll see temps near 100 degrees. That heat index above 110. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian. 74 degrees in Cenla.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 27 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, welcome back for hour number 2 of Talk Back on your Monday. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell. Hate for the last caller that we had to cut him off. He was making a good point.
Yeah.
Once our computer starts running, like, we don't have the luxury of saying, well, let's hold on.
Top of the hour, we can't stop it.
We can't. And even the caller before that, I had a 2-minute break. I had to get in, and I was like, okay, we're coming up on 8:50 or 7:57. So if I don't get out by then, it's going to bleed into the break or to the top of the hour. So anyway,
it's tough juggling it sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. But hey, for the next 20 minutes, we're free and clear. So if that caller wanted to call back, he was making the point that people are kind of, and I've said this, conflating sun gas with the Cenla Hub.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. The 2 entirely different projects. However, what sun gas is producing is a carbon byproduct that has to be piped somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's to the Cenla Hub, that's where it will be. So it does relate. I mean, and sun gas has made it clear, if they can't capture their carbon and ship it off, they can't do the project.
Yeah. I get what he's saying, but at the same time, they have to have sun gas has to have that to sell their product.
Right.
Or some sort of carbon capture and sequestration.
Yep. They've made that clear.
Yep.
All right, 442-8255 is our number on the BOM Bank talk line. And let's go back to the calls. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Hello, good morning. Oops, they're gone. Try another one. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Well, Big Al, don't quit me. I think a lot of people listen to the show on their phone, see?
Sure.
Nobody joking with you. They just listen to you. But look, I just wanted to ask
for prayers for me. I'm not doing too well.
Oh, no.
Well, Al, look, and I knew about Dr. Haywood too, but the people didn't give me permission to give his name out. I just prepared for him.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad they had that memorial. Of course, I couldn't see it Wednesday at LSUA. Dr. Paul did a great job. And I just wanted to tell everybody, and Al, you've seen me, and Steve, you've seen me. I've been in the same pants for the last 3 years because I got this stiffness disease. My feet ain't been washed in a year and 3 months. So I saw a doctor Thursday. She said, Mr. White, you need help right now. I'm going to try to get it to you as soon as I can. I just want the prayers from the audience. But I think somebody up there, and I just believe this, and the city council behind some of this stuff that's happening to me, because like I said, one day, Steve, I want you to come over here and see the living conditions I'm in. But I know y'all are praying audience, and it's just a shame the way I've been treated. And a lot of blacks don't like me because I support Trump, just like that black lady that calls in from Pineville. And, I would have thought people that knew my dad, if you knew my dad, he helped anybody out. It didn't matter if they were white or black. Man, and the kids loved him. He was the assistant principal at Bryan Junior High for about 20 years. And he just really helped people out. But I just want prayers. If you want to look me up one day, I hope I meet, what's that guy from Marshville? Charlie Brown. I'm at 3638 10th Street over here by the big water tower off of Willow Glen River Road. Anybody that wants to come meet me, Cornelius Lawson White, my phone number is area code 318-446-6934. I may not be around too much longer, so I want to give you this book so you ought to come by and see me and interview me about my situation. And I hope everybody will go to DeVille to that meeting, but I can't make that one. But I'm going to try to make that city council meeting tomorrow because you guys in here in Ellis. But God bless.
Thank you, Cornelius. Sorry, man.
Yeah, he
Appreciate
did that
it.
news.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sad note for today.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have a praying audience, so keep Cornelius in your prayers, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know they have that carbon capture meeting is what he was talking about tomorrow at the Tupon Lodge. Why do I? Gosh. I keep saying lodge. What is wrong with me? Is it Tupon Lodge?
Lodge.
That's the thing open in DeVille.
Yeah.
It's at 6 o'clock. They're saying it's a carbon capture meeting. If you drive through DeVille, like I did last week, signs everywhere. So I'm sure that'll be heavily attended, and of course we'll have coverage of it. Just got to inform my wife we'll be home for dinner again. I haven't told her yet. So.
Keyword again.
Yeah.
Your wife is lovely, by the way.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun. She went to the wrestling match with us, and she got a kick out of that. So this wasn't your experience, but I enjoyed like a good crown from the bar.
Yeah.
And man, that wrestling was fun.
Yeah. Steven was letting loose. He had a good time.
I like it.
He had a good time.
Well, we don't get babysitters very often, so.
Right.
Well, we do now more, but
yeah.
They have to go home. We had to leave a little early. Just a little bit of mini kiss, but
yeah.
Because my parents have an hour drive back home, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I don't know how we got from there to carbon capture to me drinking at the Coliseum, but yeah, the carbon capture meeting is tomorrow, and we've been hearing a lot about that.
All right, so question I have, what in the world is going on down in New Orleans with the jail and more importantly, kind of the sheriff down there? So they had another incident this past week. 30-year-old Khalil Bryan was mistakenly released from the Orleans Parish Jail Friday due to what they're calling a clerical error. He had been in custody on a range of violent and nonviolent charges, including home invasion and domestic abuse. His, quote, accidental release coming just 2 months after the high-profile escape of 10 inmates from that same facility. The homicide unit chief of the Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office, told Fox 8 News, how could this happen, especially after what happened 2 months ago? It's a shock.
What the heck?
Yeah. He's describing Brian as a very violent individual. The sheriff there, Susan Hudson, acknowledged the error and said an internal investigation is underway. She's quoted as saying, "We are committed to correcting the internal processes that allow this to happen."
I think they have a sheriff's race coming up pretty soon, too. That's going to heat things up. Not funny. I didn't mean to laugh. I mean, because if that guy's on the streets and you've been a victim of him or alleged victim, it's a scary thing.
They said that the release was absolutely preventable, noting that Brian is twice the size of the inmate who supposedly was supposed to be released. If you just pull up the booking photo, look at the mugshot, you can tell that it's not the same person.
Oh.
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
I don't work in that system. It just kind of seemed hard to believe.
I know.
A jail of all things that you wouldn't at least double, triple, quadruple check. I'm just curious to see how something like that happens. Very curious.
What about and you know, that's another one of those stories that makes national news. So, you know, we carry CBS News here, as you folks know. So we have the top of the hour news with them at 7 o'clock. They have the roundup. And so just over the last couple of weeks, it seems like anytime New Orleans is on the national news, it's something, or Louisiana, it's something kind of negative. But the last time I think we had a Louisiana related story was the big bust down in Oakdale with the public officials.
They were.
Speaking of public officials, so right now,
Oh, what?
I was just going to say right now, I mean, if we're making news, it seems to be negative.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how news is.
Yeah.
They generally tend to trend at negative.
Sure. To some extent.
I mean, New Orleans has got a lot going on, you know, but they've had some positive news too with the Super Bowl and what else they had happen?
UFC fight?
UFC fight. There was something before the Super Bowl they were happy about. One of the college games or something. Was it the championship?
Man, I can't remember. It might have been.
Yeah, but yeah. And I'm sure we'll hear more about that FBI raid. There's going to be some more details come out about them.
Yeah.
And that's just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Louisiana. It's been having its issues, but that's okay. We have a lot of positive things too.
We do.
Good food, baby.
Here's a positive story the Louisiana Radio Network had. For the second time ever, the number of non-farm jobs in Louisiana has passed the 2 million mark. Yep. That happened in the second quarter this year. According to Adam Knapp, who is the CEO for Leaders for a Better Louisiana, he said, "It's tremendous news and a testament to the growth of the economy. We haven't had 2 million jobs here since 2014, which was in the Jindal era."
I was wondering what that number meant. Okay.
Yeah. He said there was about a 4-month period where it jumped above $2 million, 2 million people in 2014 into 2015, and it's been below that ever since. And he said, while the job growth can be attributed to efforts to grow diverse, resilient industries, 2 of them are leading the way. Healthcare and manufacturing continue to be strong performers for the state. And they said manufacturing is one of the top 20 for growth across the entire country. Our state added 6,000 healthcare jobs over the past year, and higher education and retail also are seeing significant job growth. In fact, all 10 metro areas of the state showed job gains.
I saw a story the other day, which is, you know, people always say people are leaving Louisiana and Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Mississippi was like the top 10 most Googled place to relocate ever. And I was like, that's very interesting. I wonder if like affordability is the reason maybe some of these southern states are kind of getting some more traction lately. But I guess that's good news for us southern states.
You know, Mississippi does have some really nice areas.
It does.
If you've ever driven through it.
It's got its moments.
And that Biloxi area is kind of nice too.
It's not bad. Yeah. It just gets sometimes overshadowed by the nicer beaches 2 or 3 hours away.
Right.
But northern Mississippi's pretty as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A really pretty state is Arkansas. I love Arkansas.
Oh yeah, I do too. I've talked to my wife about maybe us retiring up there.
You ain't leaving. Good Lord.
Not anytime soon.
You're not gonna go. Stop that. I just got back.
Well, it probably wouldn't be for at least 10 years.
Oh Lord. Well, I got longer than 10 years here.
That's true.
You're gonna die in Grant Parish.
I'll be doing the show while I'm 80.
Mm-hmm. You probably will, man.
I'm Stephen with you.
Who let him back in here?
My voice will sound like the guy from Family Guy.
Hey there, Stephen.
Hey, Stephen.
I don't know if we'll get you up the stairs.
That's true. I will continue to do this job as long as I can go up the stairs.
Oh,
or like I have to attach one of those like chairs that goes up, you know, like you sit in it and it like goes up the stairs. Have you seen those?
What? Yeah. Or like Gilbert Grape where they have to like get a crane up or something.
There you go. All right, back to the phones we go. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
I don't know if you'd be able to say diggity diggity. Since this is strictly a comment show anyway.
Yes, strictly.
I grew up in Ames, Iowa.
Ames,
My
Iowa.
father was not in the farming business, but all my relatives were, not all, most of them were, my grandfather and my uncle and so forth. And I remember we used to go I-30 out, and then we would cut off going below Boone into Luther and all of that. And that was all gravel. That was all gravel roads. And I remembered this distinctly as a kid because it was either in a 47 Chevrolet sedan or a 50 Buick sedan. And, you know, those roads, that was all gravel roads. And those gravel roads were in better shape than Highway 28 West.
Wow.
Now, that's a crying shame.
Yeah.
I haven't been down 28 West in a long time. Where's the worst spots?
Yeah. Well, you can go either way. Going from Gardner to Alexandria is bad, and then coming back, you're supposed to drive in the right lane. Good luck. And everybody that drives in the right lane, you think they're intoxicated because they're weaving in and out of the potholes. But if you want a real treat when you get to Gardner, go on 121 towards Otis. That little stretch of road there. That's an absolute disgrace.
Well, I go down 28 West all the way up to Garner because I got in-laws that live up there. So, yeah, I'm a left lane driver over there for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then when you come back, I got kind of tickled a few weeks ago. They had a place that they fixed in the road. They made it worse. Yeah, I'm serious. And they put a sign up that said dip.
Oh, God.
Anyway, just a comment. But I remember riding those roads and those wonderful gravel roads, and you got to consider all the farm vehicles that went up and down those roads. You'd think they'd be tore up, but they were actually in better shape than Highway 28 West. So I wish all of our legislators and everybody had to drive that on their way to Baton Rouge every day. Anyway, have fun. Pick up some garbage.
All right.
I don't know. 190 isn't that nice either.
That's true.
You go down that way to Baton Rouge.
You're definitely going left lane.
Oh, 190? I haven't been in that one in a long time.
Oh, yeah. It's tough. That right side is rough. Definitely.
I mean, what is the problem? I just don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean, you always hear that there's this huge backlog of road work for the states. And yet they never have any problem finding money to spend on all these pet projects. I mean, just like this last legislative session. And, they couldn't fund school choice, but they certainly found money for other dumb crap. I mean, it's just, it is getting to a point where it is beyond laughable. And especially with a supermajority, House and Senate. And a lot of this, like I was talking about earlier in the show, if you listen to Bernie Pincinat on Moon Show the other day, a lot of it has to do with the makeup of the Senate right now. But, at the end of the day, everybody wants their projects. And meanwhile, the important stuff just seems like it literally falls through the cracks.
Everyone in Louisiana cares about roads and auto insurance, all one and the same.
Yeah.
The other thing, Al, is that if they got to fix a pothole, it'll take 3 trucks and about 8 guys. You ever seen that?
With 7 of them standing around.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand it. But anyway, God bless. And just an opinion, but I remember that as a kid. We used to drive those gravel roads, and they were nice. They were really nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Take care. God bless.
Thanks.
We still have a gravel road to my my childhood home out in Fairview.
It's true, you do.
Yeah. I think it's still gravel. I haven't been out there like in 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. They'll tell you that there's different pots of money for different things, so education wouldn't go to roads, but still, like,
yeah.
Of all the things that we care about in Louisiana, I think that's probably top 3, top 2 for sure. I don't know. Auto insurance and bumpy roads. And it matters because, I mean, that's like your first impression when you're driving through Louisiana and the whole time you're just shaking and bumping. And you drive over to Texas and it's smooth Texas ride, baby.
Yep.
You ain't getting that here. I don't know what they're doing. So.
Yeah. No, that's fair. All right, we need to take a break. More Talk Back coming up.
Talk Back is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talk Back is on the way.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back-to-school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we're back. Alan and Stephen with you at 442-8255. A couple of weekend incidents that made the news. Well, one did, one really didn't. The one that did make the news was what happened up in Michigan. Did you see that at the Walmart? So it was in Traverse City, Michigan, where a 42-year-old man, identified now as Bradford James Gill, used a folding knife with a 3.5-inch blade to stab 5 men and 6 women, including a Walmart employee, Saturday afternoon. Injuries ranging people ages 21 to 84.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. When officials arrived, multiple citizens, including one who was armed with a pistol, were confronting the suspect in the parking lot, keeping him from further attacking people.
That's awful.
Yeah. So you always hear that all it takes to stop a bad guy is a good guy with a gun. Well, this was another case of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The guy who had the gun has been identified as Marine veteran Derek Perry, who's being praised for his actions, some suggesting he should be nominated for the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a picture on the New York Post that shows him. He's got the gun, pointing at the suspect, and the suspect's just standing there. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
His daughter wrote on Facebook that heroism is a proud daughter moment for her. And so, good job on his part. Now, another story that happened over the weekend that's gotten virtually no national media attention. It was at the Cincinnati Jazz Fest. It's a white couple that, for some reason unknown at this point, was attacked by a group of individuals most of which were black. In fact, I think they all were. Graphic video that's been, this is why I say, when you kind of get your news on Twitter or X, you see a lot different picture of what's going on in the country than you do through the national media. Because this story has gotten zero national media attention. And I always say, when I think about stories like this, let's reverse the scenario. Let's say it was a black couple that was beaten up by a bunch of white people. Do you think that would make national news?
Probably so.
Probably so. But even Elon Musk posted about it over the weekend, asking, why zero stories?
I don't really, honestly, and I have to do better at it, I don't really look at X too much. But
well, you're busy.
I do.
You're busy.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Police Department confirmed they're investigating the attack. They haven't released any details about what led to the violence. Some are speculating it was racially motivated, as the pair appears. The group appears to be black, while the victims were white.
I hate speculation in moments like this because it creates a narrative we just don't know yet.
That's true.
Yeah, I like to hear what happens.
But the Cincinnati police chief said that he's in complete disgust waking up to the viral video. He said the behavior displayed is nothing short of cruel and absolutely unacceptable. And they're asking people to call if they have any information.
So they just don't know the motive behind the... Oh, man.
No. But, yeah, the video is... Ugh.
I don't even like seeing it, to be honest with you. I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah. And just, all you see is the guy all of a sudden, and just like 7 or 8 people just jump in and just start pounding on him, kicking him. Tries to get up, they do it again, and then the woman comes over to check on him, and some guy just clocks her. And she's out. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's really disturbing.
I'd love to know what happened or what led up to that incident. Yeah. My goodness.
And there's a picture of the woman laying on the ground, and there's just blood coming out of her mouth. So,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful.
And no national news, huh?
Nope. Zero.
Let me see. No, that's very disturbing.
Yeah, because if you type in Cincinnati,
it's local news
attack. Yeah, there's some local coverage of it, and the only kind of like national media outlet I'm seeing is the Hindu Times out of India. Like what?
Maybe it'll pick up. I don't know. When did it happen?
Yeah,
it happened Friday.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a couple of days. I don't know. It's something me and you have talked about. We've been in the business a long time. We don't understand why some things get picked up and some things don't. We could, of course, speculate and have our opinions as to what happened, but that's interesting. That seems like it would be more of a national news story, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to watch the video, I guess. I haven't seen it. I can't get it to load.
All right. We're going to take a break. More coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The record rally in U.S. stocks looks set to continue after President Donald Trump reached a trade deal with the European Union. The news comes as the U.S. races against an August 1st deadline to conclude trade deals with dozens of countries. Meanwhile, U.S. and Chinese officials are meeting today to extend their tariff truce. In addition to President Trump's self-imposed tariff deadline of August 1st, traders and Wall Street pros have their eyes on a number of things that could move the market and tell us more about where the economy is headed. The Fed meets this week. Even though it's not expected to cut interest rates, traders and investors will be poring over commentary for clues about the path ahead. Several big tech companies report earnings this week, including Amazon, Apple, Meta Platforms, and Microsoft. And sprinkled throughout are some key indicators on the state of the economy, from gross domestic product to the July jobs report. Once again this morning, Wall Street looks headed for a higher open. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Imagine walking where land meets sea, where every step echoes centuries of stories. This is the Portuguese coastal Camino de Santiago. From Porto's riverside charm to Galicia's wild coast, follow a path through fishing villages, ancient chapels, and windswept beaches. Walk the Camino. Feel the call. It's more than a journey, it's a transformation. Join our small group, escorted by Christine and Father Joy, in May of 2026. FreedomTravelLLC.com, your international travel architects.
What's everybody talking about? Find out from Sinlaw Updates with Sinlaw Broadcasting. Fast, focused news from me, Stephen Maxwell, powered by Sinlaw Broadcasting. Follow Sinlaw Broadcasting on Facebook. It's your Sinlaw Update. Local news that hits first and hits different.
Come on, friends, get ready for a hot one today. Good morning, mainly sunny skies today. Very hot, very humid. Afternoon high temperatures near 98 degrees. That heat index probably as high as 107 to 110 today. Only a very slight chance of any rain. Tonight, clear skies down to 75. And then tomorrow, warmer yet, as we'll see temps near 100 degrees. That heat index above 110. From the Sedlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson. Currently 77 degrees in Sedlaw.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
All right, we are back, and we're glad you could be with us on this Monday. Stephen and Al just talking about whatever, having a good time today. Just goofing. Yeah. Let's go back to the phones. We love you on the BOM Bank Talk line. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
You know, you mentioned possibly retiring up in Arkansas. My wife and I lived up there a few years in Bull Shoals Mountain Home area.
Uh-huh.
I'll forever regret that we didn't retire back up there.
Oh, no.
Do they have carbon capture up there?
It's really a great place to live, but it wasn't a great place to work. You know, wages were low, and if we'd have stayed there, we'd have never been able to retire. But it was really nice. It's Bull Shoals up Mountain Home. I don't know. It's in the central northern part of Arkansas.
Really pretty.
It was a very nice place to live, and it wasn't nearly about as expensive as over on northwestern Arkansas. No bugs, no mosquitoes, never saw a roach. We had a garden and never had to spray for any kind of insects or anything. Beautiful garden. I had to water it almost daily, but I don't know. Just life got in the way, and our children got married and had grandchildren, and it came time to retire, and here we are. But they pump that CO2 in the ground, and one ruins our aquifers. I guess we'll have to move up there.
I was in Arkansas a lot for when I worked at KSLA in Shreveport. We a lot of our DMA was in Arkansas, and so we made a couple of trips up there. I think it's awesome. I like that area.
Yeah.
We went to Little Rock one time.
So you're trying to talk me into it? Is that what you're doing here?
Well, I could highly recommend it. I mean, I hate to see you do.
Don't worry, it won't be anytime soon. I mean, trust me. I don't see retiring till I'm at least 70. So, and I'll be 60 in September.
Yeah, well, I'm 74, so I'm liable to be dead by the time you retire.
Well, that's an optimistic tone. No, you don't only be like 84. That's not that old.
Hey, so one other thing, Greg Upton you had the other day?
Yes.
I was wondering if his grandfather was Robert Upton. And Robert Upton was a stockbroker here in Alexandria, and he wrote a column. When the Town Talk was a real newspaper, they had a weekly column on about finance and investing and all that. And I looked him up, and turns out he was syndicated, and his obituary said he was syndicated to 400 newspapers.
Wow.
And he wrote books. I bought one of his books. The book says he was syndicated to 900 newspapers. But anyway, he also taught at Louisiana College for a time.
Really?
Taught finance and investing.
Okay.
Really an accomplished man. He was he wrote books. He wrote columns. He was a playwright of sorts. He wrote a few plays. He wrote some music. He was a pilot. He had a couple airplanes.
Wow.
Really accomplished man. Anyway, that was Greg Upton's grandfather.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Very accomplished man. Something that'll never be said of me and Steve.
I'm about to say, like, oh, we watch sports and
go to midget wrestling.
Wrestling.
Speaking of which, we saw you there.
I'm about to say, I think that's who it is.
Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
No, he's gone. Oh, he's here.
I really did. You know, it was so fake. I mean, it's laughable, but what was fun about it was watching the people in the audience, like Greg. Greg was laughing, and I had those kids, got that little kid in the red hood, you know, and there was another man down to my left, old guy, probably about my age.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going at it, man.
He really got upset when I thought a couple times he was going to go jump up in the ring. You know, when they start brutalizing that poor little midget woman, you know.
I know, she was 3 feet tall and she was taking on all the guys in the battle royale. They just push her over like a little rag doll.
But some people really think all that's real. But that's what made it worth it, you know, was watching.
Oh, yeah.
The more fake it is, the more fun I have.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it was just a good time. Well, it was nice to see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do they have it again?
When will they have it again?
Oh, who knows?
Oh, I don't know.
They don't have that kind of entertainment in Arkansas.
I talked to the ring announcer afterward. He was kind of cleaning stuff up, and I just thanked him for a good night and everything. And I said, "Where are you off to next?" He said they're heading to Texas, and they have several events. And he said he's hardly ever home, that they're always traveling. That they have a huge tour. So
yeah. Well, I mentioned at church that I'd gone to midget wrestling, and my preacher, my pastor says, "Oh, next time they go, I want to go."
Yeah, I didn't mention it to my church though.
Yeah, I told him. I was talking to him and one of the deacons. I said, "Y'all never guess where I went last night." Where? I said, "With the midget wrestling."
Pastor Al, why are you so tired this morning? You don't want to know.
Hey, wrestling is scriptural.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
Was this like a wrestling with Jacob or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Yeah. Hey.
So it's probably the one scriptural athletic event.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Are y'all tired of me talking?
You go ahead. We got another second.
Back in 68, they had 67, 68. I used to go to wrestling at Jimmy Thompson's Arena every Wednesday night.
Wow.
And, man, it was the most fun ever. It was a small, I don't know. I mean, you talk about a redneck place. It was much smaller and it had bleachers. And,
wow.
And it was the most fun ever. They, every now and then, it was the same thing. It was all scripted, fake stuff. A lot of people took it serious. Every once in a while, a fight would break out up in the bleachers. And then they'd get, afterward, there'd be an after-event fight in the parking lot. I mean, it was hilarious.
Different times. I miss the days of people just going out and doing things.
Yeah.
They just don't do that. How sad is that?
I know. That's so true.
I used to go every week.
Wow. Well, thanks for the call this morning. We appreciate you. All right. We need to take a break and more Talk Back coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Storms, tornadoes, power outages. It's the season, so get prepared. Get storm ready with Southern Air. Get a free estimate on a generator, the right generator for your home and family, plus 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit. Let Southern Air help you take the worry out of hurricane season. Take action now. Visit southernairnow.com and let us bear it. Or give us a call at 318-777-5555. Keep the lights on with Southern Air.
In Sinlaw, keeping your lawn looking great can be a real challenge. And that's why folks have been choosing our locally owned and operated company, Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Promo can also be your local choice for fence installation and new landscape installs. They're real pros about it too, offering free estimates and financing for those bigger jobs, residential or commercial. Bring your vision to life with Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Call 318-452-6265.
To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we're back. Alan Stephen with you here on your Monday morning. It's National Burger Day.
Oh,
yeah.
Love a good burger.
Americans eat about 50 billion burgers a year. On average, we have burgers 3 times a week.
No, not me.
You don't?
No, maybe once every 2.
Really?
I love them, though. That's probably one of my favorite foods.
What do you eat if you don't eat burgers?
I starve. It's the American way, baby. You only eat
Tell
burgers
my
and
wife
hot
I could
dogs.
eat burgers every day.
Same.
Yeah.
What's your favorite burger?
Like locally, you mean? Like chain or restaurant burger?
Like, I guess at a restaurant, yeah. It doesn't matter what. You can't say Meemaw's burgers. I'm talking about, like...
Honestly, my go-to is I love getting a double cheeseburger from Burger King.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had a double cheeseburger. I've only had Whoppers, which are good.
Yeah, but they've gotten smaller through the years. Like the buns are smaller.
You showed it to me the other day. It looks like someone drew it.
Yeah.
Like it's a Krabby Patty.
Yeah, it looks like a Krabby Patty.
Dude, it looks like picture perfect.
Yeah.
It was weird to me.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, they're a lot. I'm looking forward to that Freddy's on 165 opening because that's a little more in my purview of driving area versus the Grand Canyon that is the parking lot where the other Freddy's is.
Yeah, don't go
Get
there.
you in trouble.
Yeah,
I said it. Steven didn't.
Said nothing.
So, you'll be mad at me.
I'm mad at you. Fast food, Whataburger, is just hard to beat. And I like them all. I love McDonald's, Burger King, Whataburger, Wendy's. Yeah. They're all good.
Yeah.
Freddy's.
They all have a different, but yeah, Freddy's kind of the smash burger, if you like that.
I do like smash burger.
I'll tell you what I do like. I had one with a friend of mine on Friday to Spirits, and I love.
Oh yeah, well Spirits is.
I love their patty melt.
Everything is good over there, man.
Yeah.
We, me and my wife will try and do like a quick date because I'll leave here like at 3:30, a little bit early, and we'll go to Spirits across the street before we pick up Sophia, and we get some appetizers at Spirits, and have a good old time. We love it. I love me some Spirits.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Another great place too, and I'm going to highlight it coming up the next few days for our next Discover Sinlaw. Trios. Have you been to Trios yet?
Trios.
It's about 2 years old. It's on Versailles in those new shopping centers.
Yeah, I've not been there.
It's like between like Diamond Grill and Spirits.
Yeah.
It's that vibe.
Okay.
And it's owned by a local couple.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll like it. The food they have there, the burger's fantastic.
Huh.
You should go. Or we should go for lunch.
Okay. You always tell me we should go to lunch, but we never do.
It's just finding the time. And it's not that I don't want to.
Century Drug is also good for a burger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything there is good, too.
Yeah.
I went there the other day. It's great.
Yep. Century Drug reminds me of, in Milwaukee, we had George Webb. Which, if the Brewers ever win 12 in a row, they give away free hamburgers.
Oh, nice.
Just this last week, the Brewers were at 11 in a row, and then they lost game 12, 1-0.
Well, okay, so burgers and hot dogs are kind of synonymous, right, in America?
Yeah.
Burgers are 20 times better. 20 times better.
They can be. I mean, it depends sometimes on the hot dog.
Well, my mother-in-law makes the world's best hot dog. I don't know what they call them over there, but I just call them Venezuelan hot dogs.
Really?
Dude, they're amazing.
Fire?
Everything they make that's normal is just 20 times better.
Huh. That's good. Interesting. Yeah. That is interesting. Well, I love kosher hot dogs the best.
They are good.
The flavor of them. So good. Nathan's or Hebrew National. Either one. All right. To the phones again. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, how you doing, Al, Steve?
Morning.
This is the OG 50 Cent from LaSalle Parish.
Hey,
I'm
OG.
not the black rapper from Shreveport. I'm the redneck from LaSalle.
How's it going this morning?
When I turned on the station, got in the car, I went by and got a couple extra guns because I knew I was going to Alexandria. It's such a crime-ridden city. since I retired from the police department, Alexander's gone to hell in a handbasket with crime. Even I'm afraid to go over there. Well, look, I heard you talking about roads. July the 4th, 1977, I crossed the river into Louisiana. They were talking about vote for me. I will make the roads better. You'll be proud of the roads. That was July the 4th, 77. And here we are in 2025. We have got to be the dumbest people in Louisiana to keep voting these guys back in. It's just unbelievable.
What's the alternative, though? I mean, because everyone voted for the Republicans thinking, okay, we finally got it. We've got super majorities in the House and the Senate. We've got a Republican governor. Now it's really going to change. And guess what? It doesn't change.
The problem is today's Republicans are yesterday's Democrats. That's what, as a young man, you don't see it. I'm an old dude, so I see it. This is not Democratic Party of my great-grandfather. He's one of those guys that would jump up in the ring with a straight razor and chase the wrestlers out because he thought it was real. And it was Democrat or die, baby. He'd take you out of the wheel if you didn't vote Democrat. Today's Republicans are yesterday's Democrats. Enjoy the show. Y'all take care. And remember, you talk to the real OG 50 Cent.
There you go. All right. Be safe today.
He's not lying about the that party switch right there.
No, that's true.
No, it's 100%.
Now, I will say this. I think a lot of the younger first-time Republicans, especially in the House, seem to have some legit desires to change things, but they got beat down. They got beat down this session.
Like who? Oh, you mean in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, I mean, at the end of the day...
There's young people in the...
Well, not necessarily even young in age, but just in terms of first year...
Oh, okay.
First time elected. I think they really ran on change, and they want to change it. But you run into the buzzsaw, which is the political machine of Baton Rouge.
It's tough, man.
At the end of the day, someone said it, I don't remember, this was like a month ago I read it. They just said, at the end of the day, it was the money. The money won out. So... there you go.
They call it compromise, but
we know
favors and all sorts of things.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's such a great state with great people, but the politics of this state continue to choke it. And as I said, I think people were very optimistic when the Republicans just took over every aspect, and I think that's why there's so much disillusionment because. There's some changes and some good ways in a few things, but the big things, so.
Different opinions and different money involved, different lobbyists, and it's very hard to come to.
Depends what plane you ride on and which turkey hunt you go on. That's really what it comes down to.
You said that.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics with 27 providers and 3 locations. Someone can see you today. Stick around. More of Talkback is on the way.
Dentures. You can't live with them, and you definitely can't live without them. But what if we told you there's a better way? Today's Dental in Pineville is here to revolutionize your smile. Say goodbye to old-fashioned adhesives and endless appointments. They've made getting implants incredibly simple, low anxiety, and affordable for everyone. Picture this. In-office IV sedation administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist, making the procedure low anxiety and stress-free. And the best part? Their multiple finance options make implants truly affordable. Don't wait. If you're ready to replace those old-timey dentures with permanent implants, call Today's Dental on Highway 28 East in Pineville at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Today's Dental, because you deserve the best.
Do you want to take a vacation every day? Do you want to know where your children are all summer long? Then call A1 Pools now and have a swimming pool installed in your own backyard. A1 Pools can build your pool and have you swimming with your family before you know it. Call A1 Pools now and get a free quote. Call 318-449-2093. And financing is available. Call A1 Pools now. 318-449-2093.
Now back to Talk Back. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back. Final segment of the morning. You still have time to call in, though, at 442-8255. Always good to hear from the OG from LaSalle, the 50 cents, that one. Hey, another great place for a burger, thanks to Steve who wrote in, Mel's in Bentley.
Never been there.
You've got to go up there and do a little story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Old Mel's Farm?
No. That's out 28 East. This is Mel's Diner in Bentley.
Huh?
You go up 167, past like Marlar Ford, another 5 or 6 miles, right? It's a Shell gas station now.
Okay.
Shell, I think. Shell or Citgo, Shell. But they have a restaurant in there, and she made it look like 1950s style diner. You got like the Elvis stuff. You got the old jukebox. And
oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love some old old Americana or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
They have a pretty good cheesesteak sandwich there too. Of course, the best Philly cheesesteak is definitely Critics' Choice downtown, hands down.
Oh yeah. Hey, the best burger is the Y gas station. Right there at the corner of Allen and Beauregard parishes.
Oh yeah. You love that place.
I like that place.
You love that
I took
place.
you there once, didn't I?
I think I went past it with you. I don't think we ever stopped and ate there.
Oh, okay.
So
well, next time I go, I'll make sure you go.
Okay. So what do you make of the Dan Bongino post over the weekend?
Man, he very cryptic.
To say the least. For those of you that didn't see it, and he posted it to X, his account. He said, during my tenure here as the deputy director of the FBI, I've repeatedly relayed to you the things that are happening that might not be immediately visible, but they are happening. The director and I are committed to stamping out public corruption and the political weaponization of both law enforcement and intelligence operations. It is a priority for us, but what I've learned in the course of our properly predicated and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters has shocked me down to my core. We cannot run a republic like this. I will never be the same after learning what I've learned. We are going to conduct these righteous and proper investigations by the book and in accordance with the law. We are going to get answers we all deserve. As with any investigation, I cannot predict where it will land, but I can promise you an honest and dignified effort at the truth, not my truth or your truth, but the truth. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
Yeah. Shocked him to his core. Yeah.
Does it have to do with the Russia stuff? Does it have to do with Epstein? It could be anything.
I don't know.
It could be something completely different.
Yeah.
This is the cynical me. I just feel like we're not going to get anything out of it. It's just this message, and then it's just going to be like, well, I can't because of this, and nothing comes of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's fair because in a lot of ways we haven't seen anything yet. And, promises made, if we get it in, we're going to do this and this and this. But I think sometimes you get in and you realize it's not always that easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, they probably have procedures and steps that they have to take to ensure they can actually get something out of it. But I don't know. We'll see.
And just talking like the new legislators that, they want to change things, but they get there and realize it's not that easy. I mean, competing interests.
Yeah.
Compromises you have to make, even not anything that's, below board. It just might just be you can't get everything you want, all these competing interests.
You can't always get what you want.
But if you try.
Sometimes you might find.
You just get what you need.
Stephen Colbert, they had a Big Apple rally in support of him after the announcement that he was no longer going to be working at CBS.
A Big Apple rally?
Yeah, that's what they called it.
Oh my gosh.
They said there were less than 2 dozen people that showed up.
Yeah, like, why are you going to feel sorry for a guy who made $17 million a year?
And lost the network $40 million a year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike Stephen Colbert. It's just like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like he's a warrior for society or something.
New York Post had an article this weekend that said his show became a therapy session for the left. Since 2022, he has hosted 176 left-leaning guests and only one Republican on his show.
That's fair. Yeah. That might be part of the problem, too.
Yeah.
Conservatives watch TV as well.
Jay Leno also slammed late night hosts for alienating half of their viewers by just targeting Trump. And I think that's what people are saying. I mean, you can have fun and make fun of President Trump all you want, but make fun of the other people too.
Did you see the South Park thing?
I saw some buzz about South Park, but I don't think I saw the clip or anything.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Oh, really?
They use like AI. It's like a naked Trump, and
really?
I can't even say on the radio the things that they do.
Oh,
but and then Trump, the White House responded to it. And,
what did they say?
Like it's a fourth-rate show. No one cares about South Park anymore.
That's not true at all. Is
no, I don't know what their ratings are, but
maybe anymore is the key phrase there.
I think people still watch them. I mean, they just got renewed for a huge contract.
Yeah, they did.
And so, I've never been a South Park guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've maybe watched one episode of one, but it was pretty graphic what they posted. But they did it on purpose. They have to create buzz, and
yeah.
Well, I don't know why Trump really had to react to it. That's exactly what they wanted.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Or the White House. But it was pretty salacious. It was pretty bad. Yeah. If you watch it, that's up to you.
By the way, President Trump over the weekend negotiated a big trade deal with the European Union.
Yeah. They one of our biggest trading partners.
Yep.
15%.
Not too shabby.
Except for steel and aluminum, I think. They're still trying to negotiate that. I think.
Yeah. Now time to eliminate income taxes.
Hey, I'll be all for that, right?
Who wouldn't be?
I enjoyed that in Florida.
Hey, I'll be in with you guys tomorrow. Nathan won't be here tomorrow, so be you and me again.
Oh, wow. Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
FM 104.9, AM 970.